in my capacity as news director, obviously when I get a nice press release like this, I pay attention, but also as a dad of a Fraser Woods Montessori primary student, I'm excited to see that, as the press release stated, the school has weathered the COVID lockdowns, right? This is the first gala since, I guess, before COVID that is taking place at the school. And I'm hoping that we have a very full room, by the way. Why don't we go around and just introduce ourselves real quick? We'll start with Kenyon Phillps.
Hi, I'm Kenyon Phillps. I'm the chair for the Auction and Gala Committee. And I am super, super excited because I've never done anything like this in my life. I'm a parent like you. I'm a Fraser Woods primary parent, and I'm soon to have 2 kids at the school because my 15-month-old is going to start in the fall.
Well, that's exciting.
It's super exciting.
Yeah. My name's Juel, and I'm also a parent. I've got 3 kids. I've got 2 twins in 4th grade and a boy in 7th grade. And we've been with the school for as long as the older one's been there, so about 10 or 11 years. And it's fantastic and very excited to be here today.
And we're going to get into the history of this particular, of the Fraser Woods Montessori School in just a moment. But we have 2 more folks who are joining us. We have a Tony Award winner in the house.
Well, yes. Hi, I'm Cady Huffman. I have donated an hour of coaching, either acting, singing, or dancing, to the auction. And I am the spirit grandmother of Kenyon's children.
Indeed she is.
And finally, we have David Newman. David is the head of the school.
Yes, thank you. It's really exciting to be here and promoting this first time back on campus auction and gala. And this is my first year at Fraser Woods in my capacity as head of school. And it's just a fantastic community and really looking forward to the event.
You use the right word, and that's community. And I felt that since my daughter began this year at the school. But what does a head of school do?
That's a great question. At a place like Fraser Woods, a little bit of everything. This morning I was out zip tying signs to the exterior gate.
That,
yes,
Yes.
To make sure that the gate would stay shut. To leading fundraising efforts, to hiring, to designing curriculum, helping with the admission process. Really mostly managing, in my case, a great team of people and responding to things that happen during the day.
He's out there on the pickup and drop off line too. I would
That's the
add.
best part
Which
of the
is
day.
like running the gauntlet. I mean,
For real.
we could do an entire podcast about just the pickup and drop off. But Kenyon, I want to talk, and Eric too, I want to talk about the Montessori philosophy, what sets this school apart, why our kids are going there. Why did you choose Montessori first, but specifically Fraser Woods?
I chose Montessori because when I was growing up in Los Angeles, the coolest kids, the kids who were super creative and comfortable with themselves, all had Montessori educations. They also happened to do really, really well in school. Like they excelled academically. Yet they didn't have all this crazy pressure. I always thought the Montessori kids were super cool. So when we moved here during the pandemic, very suddenly, I thought, wow, wouldn't it be amazing if there was like a Montessori school out here? And sure enough, there was. And everyone I talked to who was involved with Fraser Woods or had kids at Fraser Woods said the same thing, which was that this was this incredible haven where kindness is nurtured, curiosity is nurtured, and that it was just like a really, really wonderful facility. And that was what I found as soon as I toured it. And that's what I found now that I have a child there.
And here is Newtown. And Eric, the Montessori philosophy is not as widely understood as it could be. We have some work to do in I think, getting the word out. I mean, the location of Fraser Woods could not be better. People pass it every day. They're familiar with that tree out front. Right. People know that we're there, but they don't really know what's going on.
Yeah. And I would say, 11 years ago when we were looking for our first school, I didn't have any experience with Montessori, neither did my wife. And we did a tour of the school and seeing the kids from, up to 8th grade, the confidence, the empathy, the sympathy, just really, really, really great kids, good kids. Those are the kids that we want to raise. We want to, be around in a school environment, in a community, and even the parents. I mean, the amount of volunteering that goes on, and the ability to just help out whenever is needed. As David was talking, he does a lot of different things at the school, and I consider myself someone who donates a lot of time to the school with either the computer lab or working with the children during their projects. And it's a blast. And again, we started 11 years ago and haven't looked back and wouldn't consider it to change anything.
David Newman, can you give us a little history lesson about Fraser Woods? I'm assuming you had to brush up on this before you became head of school.
Yeah, Eric probably could tell you more, but it started with the Newtown Montessori Association is its sort of official name, and it existed in a different part of Newtown, and then moved to its current site, the Gordon Fraser. I don't know if that was the name of
I don't remember
the business or not, but they made things there and sold them out of the building, and the building is deceiving. When you walk in or when you drive in, it looks like it's this small little red schoolhouse, but it just keeps going and going, and it's got lots of great industrial type space. But and it moved to the current location. Boy, I don't know, sometime in the maybe early 2000s. I'm probably getting this wrong, and I apologize. And it's grown. It's as a pre-K through 8. In a town like Newtown that has very good public schools. There's a fair amount of transitioning out of the school at the kindergarten, because it's we're a tuition driven school.
Yes, I know.
Yeah. And by
my
the way,
second mortgage, I call it.
Yeah, and so sometimes families come in knowing that they're going to, when they can send their kids to kindergarten or first grade for free in the town, they come in knowing they're going to leave. And obviously for us, our goal is to try and keep those families because, as you mentioned before, we really value community and feel like you can't replicate that in a larger setting, like in the public schools,
or even a smaller setting. And I'll tell you this: I was the parent who felt more comfortable with things that were familiar. So I had her in a church basement in Newtown, and I thought it was perfect. And then we went and met with the teacher, and the teacher had a piece of paper, and she was telling us all about my daughter, and then she got her name wrong. Oh. And I said, you know what? Maybe my wife is right. I think that the retention part comes from the experience that people have as a family.
Right.
And part and parcel, this event that's coming up at the end of April. Who wants to, Kenyon, you want to take the lead on this?
Absolutely.
Talk to us about Here We Grow.
Here We Grow is, it works two ways. Here we go, because we're excited about raising funds for the school, supporting and growing our network. And also just growth is so key to our children, to their experience, to education, and to the school. And if we have any opportunity we can take to grow the school, to benefit the students, to add to the curriculum. This is one of two huge, and correct me if I'm wrong, David, this is one of two major fundraising events for the school all year long.
That is correct. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
This and the annual fund.
Correct.
And the excitement around Here We Grow and the idea of family that you keep touching on is that we are making this a multi-generational event. This isn't just for parents to sort of show up, by obligation. This is for everybody. It's for parents. It's for grandparents. In one case, I think we have a great grandparent coming.
I think so.
And also special friends of the school. like Cady, who attended the winter concert with us and we were hooting and hollering. We were right in front of you. We were singing along. It's so family is super important. And then when you think about after the devastating setbacks that schools like Fraser Woods endured with the pandemic and in the wake of the pandemic, it is such a triumph to be able to come together as a family, as a community, and celebrate. So yes, we're doing good. We're benefiting the school. We're helping the school grow, but we're also appreciating each other in the moment.
David, what is the enrollment now?
We are at 131 currently, and projecting to be upwards of 145 to 150 next year. So
retention and growth.
Retention and growth. Our application numbers are up 100% from a year ago.
Why?
I'd like to think that, one thing we've focused on this year that I have discovered working in schools and prior to COVID, going through COVID and coming out the other side, if you will, people are really seeking community. And I feel, Kenyon touched on this a little bit, that Fraser Woods is really providing, it's like a hub of the community. And we are inviting parents to spend as much time in the building, on the campus, bring kids on for play dates on weekends, trying to host and trying to be a place that's very welcoming to parents so that they have something that's bringing them together as well. It's not just about the kids. I mean, every decision we make is rooted in what's best for the kids, but we want to sort of, extrapolate that out to the parents and the families as well as, come to Fraser Woods and you'll feel that sense of belonging. And I think the messaging that we are doing anecdotally, that we are putting out with purpose, conveys that.
I don't think I ever anticipated being involved at the level that I have become involved, but that's just the way it's set up. Eric, you've been to these type of galas in the past?
Yes.
What are we trying to do this year?
Differently from previous or the same?
Both.
So I think
what worked.
I think what worked and what will continue to work is, as Kenyon touched on, is the community aspect. Bringing the parents and the friends and the grandparents together. Having a fun time with the auction and the gala. So I think that's a great piece of it. And then for this year, what's different about it is, as you mentioned at the beginning of this discussion, we haven't had it at the school in a number of years, primarily due to COVID. And we particularly chose not to do it at a venue so that we could have it, feel more community at the school. Parents and everyone that's attending can see the school, can see the new the Fab Lab and some of the makerspace environments, be able to see all the wonderful auctions that the donors have given. So I think that's probably a little bit of the different side is being at the school this year.
We're going to hear from one of the donors in a second, but Kenyon, can you give us a sneak peek? Tease this auction.
Of the auction?
And about what's going to happen that night.
Absolutely.
Because I'm assuming some of the people who might be checking out the YouTube link here are wondering, what are they in store for? What do we wear?
Garden casual is the word of the day, right? Of the night. And if you Google garden casual, it's basically whatever. It's like springtime. I'm thinking like weddings in the Hamptons, right? Like barefoot weddings. But it's real. No, the dress code is come as you are, as you feel comfortable. Come prepared to celebrate. We have had this amazing response from the community, I will say, when it comes to like soliciting donations. You and Eric have been doing an incredible job with that. And we have this people coming around and it feels like embracing the school.
I haven't heard no a lot.
No.
Nope.
It's pretty amazing.
David likes hearing that.
It's a great thing.
We like, yes.
But we have like a week-long stay at a vacation home in Aspen that somebody is donating. We have, signed memorabilia from Chris Franz of the Talking Heads, my favorite band of all time, singing lessons with Cady, who's a Tony Award-winning actress and dancer and director, and She's right here. I'll
Yeah,
let her
well, I
talk.
think, Cady, why don't you tell us
Yes.
about, A, what are you offering, and B, why?
Hey, yeah, I am offering an hour of coaching, either acting, singing, or dancing, really. I think we're focusing on singing performance, but I do coach young people a lot. So I am offering that because I am very close with Kenyon's family and have been for a long time. And as I do attend events at the school, I'm just in awe of the community, how it feels like such a community. It's not my experience through the public school system in California. You know, parents did not know each other the way that parents know each other at this school. So I'm thrilled to have children that are learning compassion as well as academics. You know, there's so many horror stories of academics being so focused on that the child loses themselves. And I just love that it's themselves that seem to be at the fore of this school's, how they want to achieve excellence in these children, which is firstly as humans and then as academics.
I've known you, I've met you twice, and I'm already bragging to people about you. Can you tell us a little bit about your background?
Sure. I grew up doing this. I was always an actress, singer, and dancer. At 18, I started on Broadway in La Cage aux Folles. I was a teenage drag queen. And I have done, 8 or 9 Broadway shows. I was nominated for the Will Rogers Follies. I won a Tony Award for the producers and I played Mama Morton in Chicago most recently. And I do television and film, and I direct theater, and I write, and I am currently writing a Broadway musical based on the life of Peggy Lee. And yeah, I mostly look for great collaborations with people. That's what excites me about being an artist, is collaboration. So that's where I focus. And now at my advanced age, I get to be a little more picky and a little more focused, but
She is a very spry young lady. Eric, talk to us about, so this is what we can expect to see in this auction, but talk to us about some of the other items that you and I have been able to secure.
There have been some really great ones. So we'd love to get some more of the experience type things. So one of the experiences that we just got yesterday was an auction for a Newtown police officer to drive your child to school. Now that will be really,
I've seen that
really
before.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we have that.
I'm hoping with all the sirens.
Yeah, I'm hoping too. And then with Edmond Town Hall is they're a movie theater in the center of town, and they've just donated a private birthday party. So it's you show up and you bring your friends, and you pick your movie, and it's your theater for the 2 hours or whatever it may be. We've had lots of donations from restaurants and retailers and similar places to I think we might make some baskets. I realized the other day that Cinco de Mayo was just a few days after the auction, so we're going to create a margarita basket with some gift cards to a local Mexican restaurant. So they're sort of all over the map. We have a lot to choose from and a lot of really great auctions that
Good
I
fun.
think a lot of people will love.
David, merchants, businesses would not offer this if Fraser Woods' reputation wasn't intact.
Correct. Yeah, I think Fraser Woods has been a steady contributor to that sense of community and caring. Fraser Woods reaches out to the community at time when certainly when we're asked to, but other times we like to show up. There's some of the town events in Newtown. We are sure to sponsor. As much as we can, we send personnel to go and be present. Our kids are very involved in the town of Newtown, so we're very visible. And I think people have nice interactions with our children, with our faculty and staff, with our parents, and that's really what has built the reputation.
Well, Kenyon and I and Eric have given you our best, so
it's much appreciated.
I mean, honestly, I do notice a difference. My daughter is growing in leaps and bounds, and in a different way, I think, than she had previously when she was at that other school.
In the basement?
So, yeah.
Right.
Kenyon, kind of full circle here. So what is happening on April 29th? Where can people go to get more information, and where do they want to be that weekend?
Where do they want to be? That's a great question. You want to be at Fraser Woods, April 29th. It's a Saturday. We're going to go from 6:30 to 10:30 at night. What can you expect? You can expect my brother, who is actually a world-class guitar player who's in Aspen and does a lot of celebrity parties and events and things like that. He is donating as a donation. He's flying in and going to be playing classical guitar. So it's going to be very classy. And there's also going to be an auction, which we've been talking about. And there's going to be amazing food. Rick, the chef has a history of working with you and Charlotte.
Yes, does excellent work.
Has put together an incredible, just array of springtime, growth-oriented food that's going to be delicious, and an incredible bar as well. We don't want people to get too crazy because it is a school, but we want people to have fun. And mostly, we're excited about all the generations being here and gathering, because like grandparents, parents, they live for their children and their grandchildren, and this is a celebration of them, really.
It is the truth, and my mother reminds me of that. That my daughter and my sister's kids are keeping her young. Subsequently, though, we have to find a babysitter that night.
True, that is the one downside.
The built-in backup will be at the event. Anyone else have anything they want to add?
I would say that there is an auction event that we neglected to mention that David can probably expand upon. Head for a Day.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Which was your idea, right, David?
Remember when I asked you what the head does? There, yeah.
Yeah, right. Well, certainly offers up that experience. And by the way, this is generally the auction item that goes for the most. So people get ready. Head for the Day, a parent purchases this for their child, and they get to make all the decisions for a given day.
So are they shadowing you?
Oh, no, they're in charge. I get the day off.
Yeah. He's going to actually be in class.
Well, because I love you guys, I'm going to not bid on this, because if my daughter was the head of this school, that might be the end of this school.
You're suggesting that maybe we do some screening.
Vetting.
My son actually, we won that auction several years ago, and we gave it to my son for head of the day, and it was fantastic. And he went to school in a suit.
That's great.
He dressed up in a suit, which was his choice, and he got to decide how much extra recess time there was, or that there was going to be. I think they did like an ice cream social, and he got to make some other decisions. He also, I don't remember who he called, but he made phone calls to.
Outgoing
phone calls. And it was really, really awesome. And it was, so since then, like, everybody wants that auction.
Multigenerational Gala and Auction, 203-426-3390. What is the website? And I think there's an email, too, that Charlotte gave out.
There is. The website is, I believe, fraserwoods2023.givesmart.com. And that's if you're interested in donating, sponsoring, supporting in any way.
Still time.
Buying tickets. There is still time. We've got a month. We're basically a month out. If you have anything, if you have questions, you can certainly call the school. You can call Charlotte Wood at 203-426-3390, or you can email her at cwood@fraserwoods.com. And that's if you want to become a sponsor, donate an item or service, want to buy a ticket, want to learn more, please reach out.
This is going to be a great success. I feel it.
Yes.
And I'm proud to be a part of it. And thank you all for joining us in studio.
Thank you for having
Yes,
us.
my pleasure.
So
what
cool.
a great experience.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Fabulous.